Am I here yet? Am I here now? See if anybody comes in. Why not? Sure got more coffee. Chipper snuck in. Dash out. Hey, hello guys. Hey, dash out. You're supposed to wait until like I'm almost done, and then like pay me back. I went through my trying to figure out my analytics and all that. The backside of YouTube is an ugly and worrisome place, but I found a deal where I could review all my comments on all my videos. There was 50 or 60, and I quit looking. I went back 2 months. Had 50 or 60 comments that I had liked on my phone. You know, oh, did the, or not like, but love, hit the love the comment, and it wasn't showing up on my main thing that I'd responded or acknowledged. Yes, they keep a, and actually for the length of your videos, and your analytics are probably way better than mine. I've got videos that are an hour long, 2 hours long, and my average watch time is only 4 minutes and 29 seconds, which kills me when it kind of, you know, if I was decide to monetize, which I don't think I will. It kills your, it kills it. Just no. If you care, probably not, but hey, I was talking to my wife, I didn't realize that BA and them were saying goodbye. I turned the volume down because we were talking about kids and grandkids and nieces and nephews and filters and yeah, that's people, they think they're helping. They click on a video and they don't watch it. They click on the video, give it a thumbs up, and type a real quick comment, and then they leave the page, but that drops your average watch time down. I would just as soon have less views that went from start a video to finish a video. Because if you don't watch, you know, if it's a 10-minute video and you don't watch the whole 10 minutes, then it drops you. It's like a, if you're playing a video game, it's like your KD, your KDR, it lowers it. So instead of the geeks running YouTube thinking you're actually doing good work, because you've got a 1.5 or a 2.0 KDR, you're only showing a, like right now mine would be a 0.414. Nobody wants me on their team. Just saying. Now if I had a 1, I'd be a solid player. And I just went all gamer yakety talk on y'all. I hope y'all caught all what I was talking about. Take. David, I read that wrong. I thought you said tape. I was like, why in the world would you do that? If you wouldn't worry about that, Chipper, because I'd be like, when it comes to dodgeball or whatever, the coach did the picking, but I'm this tall, I'm like literally, I was a string bean in school. Yeah. It's hard to hit a spaghetti noodle. Hey, half crazy, just stayed. Diggers. I think I already said hi to everybody, but just in case. It's weird because I was a fat baby, but then I was skinny. Oh, who wants to come and edit all this footage together for me so I turn into videos? Anybody? You got any volunteers? There you go. Party's in the house. Superior. There you go. What'd you play? I was slide trombone and tuba. Well, baritone and tuba. Don't hate me. I was the only guy strong enough to carry the damn tuba. Ah, you were one of those guys. I got out of band. When I got out of school, I was a dropout, but I went back, got my GED, got me some college, calmed down. I'm not a failure. But I saw a trombone at a garage sale. This guy ticked his old lady off, and he was gone, and he left his stuff. So she had a garage sale. She was selling stuff really, really cheap. So I picked me up about a $250 trombone for 25 bucks. I felt bad for the guy, but he should have put stuff in his truck when he left her. But anyhow, you know what? I couldn't play it. I couldn't play it for nothing. I tried for a while, but I would have had to relearn to play the trombone. So I just sold it. I was actually pretty good at basketball. So you were one of those paramilitary youths, huh? Smoking. Yeah, he does that. I'm not giving up my time slot. Been going live on Saturday night for how long, Chipper? Oh, 6, 8, 9 months, something like that. I can't make it to any Will's live streams because he puts them across from people that already had live streams that I already went to when he has his live streams. So, I mean, I can't like watch both of them at the same time. I'm not that talented. I try to go back and watch some of them, but I'm still trying to catch up on Woodbeard's videos. He's got videos out there that have been up for 2 months that I still haven't got to watch. I got caught up on the last of BA's videos this morning. Been catching up on Chipper's videos. Let's see. Watched a couple of Dash Out videos. Nope, the Wooded Beardsman. No, not caught up. I'm catching up. You got like a lot, dude. It took longer than 48 seconds. It was closer to 6.5 minutes, Chipper. Those, the spring deal or whatever, that was the... I was like glued to the screen. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? And then I was like, oh, is he messing with me? Watch that be like a stainless steel receiver hitch or something. Then you proved that it was, and I was like, wow. Where's Mrs. Wes S? See, what was it happened was, we was talking about whether or not we should have blue flowers or green flowers by the house, and she wouldn't listen to me when I was trying to tell her blue flowers. So, well, I ran her off. I'm gonna get me a wife that appreciates blue flowers as much as I do. Probably not. She's sitting over there, she's doing something. Hey honey, are you going to do the coffee pot? Oh, I love you. Thank you. Yeah, man, down there in South Texas, there was like the trumpeter flower vines. They were just growing up the side of trees, and you'd look up, they'd just be trumpeter flowers everywhere. There's a lot of hummingbirds down there too. Hummingbird is, I guess I got more than one spirit animal. I absolutely love hummingbirds. They fascinate me. The aerodynamics of them, the behavior of them, the color of them, the fact that they exist off of sugar. I mean, that's their food source is sugar. I mean, they just, you know, I'm just like, wow. And they pack all of that life that they live, thank you, baby, into just a short few seasons. I mean, I don't think there's any such thing as a 10-year-old hummingbird. You find a hummingbird nest and you're like, what in the world is that? There's nothing that can live in that. I mean, you can put, oh man, put a whole hummingbird nest in the bottom of this can, and they'll raise 3 baby hummingbirds in it. No, I can't, I don't know, I might have started that. I think I'm going to draw the line on cockroaches. Yeah, all my flowering trees have been molested by the goat. Who has to go now? He broke the antenna off my truck. I no longer have a radio. Doesn't matter where on the property I put my truck, the little Billy climbs on the top of it. And don't even think I'm just going to like do him, scald him, take the gookies out, and cook him whole. Get him a run. He's a goat. He's supposed to stay on the ground and eat bushes. And he's not a pet. I mean, he's not a pet. I've tried everything. I've tried chaining him. I've tried putting him in the pen. I've tried spraying him down with the water hose, everything. The only problem with that is there's so much brush out here, I can't chain him, and I would literally have to be moving panels every other day. It would work me to death to have the goat, and no, he's not worth the effort. I'll just turn him into food. And besides, we gotta get rid of him anyway. He shoots the wrong chromosomes. All his babies are boys. You don't want boy baby goats. You want girl baby goats. There's all kinds of places to climb other than on my truck. Time to slaughter another one. It's that simple. I mean, it's part of being on the homestead. If an animal presents itself as a problem, you eliminate the problem. You can't. There's only so many hours of daylight, so you can't make more hours of daylight to adjust for the problem animal. Now, if he was a $6,000 or $7,000 bull, yeah, we could do something different. But he's not. If I take him to market, he'd net me like 85 or 90 bucks. I mean, if I'm lucky. He's not worth anything. He's tearing up the chicken yard. He's destroying the landscaping. He's taken to destroying the vehicles. Mine is not the only vehicle. There's a 2017 out there with hoof prints running down the hood. Goat's good, period. I mean, or now knowing that it's, the slaughtering's not that bad. It won't bother me as much. It just annoys me. I mean, y'all have to know me to understand that I was excited that I actually had a radio on my truck. It's the last thing I look for in a truck when I buy one, and that this one just came with one, and it worked. It worked well. You're used to having it, and now I don't. I mean, I guess I could go to the junkyard and buy the stuff and put me an antenna back on there, but that's not the thing. I mean, he's destroying he's walking on my windshield wipers. There's a huge crack in my windshield. I've debated this for about a week now, and it's just, I mean, enough is enough. Only reason he didn't go today is because there's no room in the freezer. I may try to stay. There's a couple places I can stake him. I'll do that for the next little bit. Hey, Chandra. Jay, Tryon snuck in here. Hey, there's Tryon. What else you want to talk about? I don't talk about Billy no more. It's making me sad thinking about my truck. You want to talk about fishing? We can talk about fishing. Power went out, and it's like crazy hot in the house right now, in case y'all are wondering. It was what did it finally get up to today? Do you know, babe? 103. It's May, and it's 103. Well, the cats have moved out of off the sand, and the drum have moved back up, but that's okay. I absolutely love catching drum. '93 in Oklahoma, man. That's if that's the indicator of this summer, man. I don't want to be here. Anybody got any good goat recipes? Hey Brian, I haven't seen you around in forever, dude. How you doing? And I gotta apologize, all you guys that I got your phone number and emails and stuff. If Miss Wes S comes in here, y'all can ask her. I'm horrible about staying in touch. I don't, half the time I don't even answer her text. I just wait till she gets home to tell her.
Yeah, he's a jerk face.
There you go. I'm like, yeah, she'll be here in an hour. Like it's gonna break my thumbs or something. Actually, that stupid thing that y'all said would be easy to turn off kept turning my location on in my Wi-Fi, so I whatevered it, uninstalled that 360 thing. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. We will pray. Hey, what part? I didn't realize that. Crazy. Where? What part of Oregon? Okay, Chipper. If you would like, we'll hold for you. You're gonna go put something else in that pool, ain't you? Just FYI, because I don't think they'll jump in here because they got a diaper party going on, which I already went to, already ate, had a few beers with my boy, yada yada yada. But I don't know what that means. Sis lives in Portland, right? Or just outside of Portland or some shit like that. My sister lives in Portland. Hey, West Wind. You done any more hiking videos, guy? I'm behind on everybody's channel. I'm just trying to find out what I'm missing, honestly. Yeah, she's like one of the few Republicans in the state, I think. She's that little tiny piece of pink right there. Or purple or whatever it is when you cover red up with blue. Oh, I have a new channel. Y'all want to know what it is? I'm not telling you. Just, really, I'll link it in my videos or whatever. I can't remember what I named it. I think I did Wes S the real one. Hold on. Hope this don't mess us up. Yes, Wes S the real one. all the videos, and because I'm changing the way I'm doing some of my stuff. I don't know if y'all have noticed the different videos. And these are just the ones y'all are seeing right now are just practice runs, for lack of a better way to put it. And anyway, I'm gonna be I'll probably link the channels together or whatever, and the people that like hearing me get all political and yakety yak or whatever and preach, I'll probably put over there. This channel, I guess I really need to take it back to what I started at. I started out showing people how to do stuff with their hands, trying to educate people about what you could and couldn't eat, and trying to educate people about how to make the best of a bad situation in the event of a collapse of whatever type. And that's what I'm going to do with this channel, is go back to doing that. Because honestly, all the videos with the most views are me chicken videos and crafting videos. So the old sweet peas here. So. A fruit. So you're one of those blue dots? You realize if there's a lag between this and the other. You've been on that. You've been in there for like forever. Just saying. I have it scroll down so I can see see, this is what you're wanting to see. See, there you are. With some salt.
Why are you gonna be so salty, Dad?
Y'all taking some doctors?
My wallet was in my work van. I just had to pick it up on my way home.
Oh.
I told him I'd bring him some.
Dash out, are you messing with me right now? Because if you put up, I hope so, because she left a bunch of junk in the way, I'm going to laugh. Well, dude, stop drinking. What?
He was about to hit me.
Is drinking why she left you, Dash? That'll run some of the ladies off. All right, Brian, we will. Good night, brother. So you, what caused you to twist off, dash out? Explains why I emailed you, I guess. Hold on, is the and I will do that, dash out. My internet cell stuff not really good. I don't get all my notifications. Okay, so Dash, you started drinking because she left you, or she left you because you started drinking? That's what I need to know. How big a problem was it before she left? Well, before you got sober or whatever. I don't really. Hashing out on here ain't. I mean, that's not the place to do it. I mean, I'll send you my number if you want to talk. But I guarantee you that drinking because you're tore up isn't a good option. It's not going to help you. And not attacking women, ladies, but not every woman out there is a good one. Just because we think the woman we love is the one for us don't mean we're right. I'd learned that the hard way. And I know diving into the bottle is not a good option. I can tell you that for sure. Because my deal was when I don't actually have a drinking problem. I can take it or leave it now, but the chemical I chose to do all the getting over everything is something that's going to stick with me from now on. It's one day at a time, every day. And if you got a problem with it, and I'm sorry if you got to have 6 beer, if you got to have 4 beer or 3 beer or whatever, if you're the guy that has to have a beer at bedtime, you got a drinking problem. Now, if you're the guy that has a beer when he eats a steak, you're having a beer. Or if you're a guy that has a few beers with his friends every so often, you're the guy that has a few beers. But if everything you do revolves around swinging by the beer store, you got a drinking problem. I can fish all day long, never touch a beer. I'd a whole lot rather drink beer than air conditioning, if you want to know the truth. Or shade. I sure don't want to be out there drinking beer trying to operate a boat. Driving a 4-wheeler while, let's get some beer and go 4-wheeling. Which one you gonna do? You gotta drink beer, you gotta go 4-wheeling. If you like four-wheeling, it's fun without the beer. Just say. I drink. I had 4 beers earlier this afternoon. And didn't quit. The drinking part of the day was over. I stopped, went to something else. I don't got a problem with everybody drinking. I got a problem with everybody, with somebody thinking that drinking's got to be a part of everything they do. That's why I don't listen to any of the new country music. Really, it's if you do country, you got to do beer and whiskey with everything. Since when? I'm country, and we don't do beer and whiskey with everything. Hey, digger, kegs don't count. A keg is more than one alcoholic beverage. Just because it's a single container does not mean that it's a beer. Lost that argument a long time ago. I went and bought beer to go over to the boys' thing. And I have beer in the fridge. I forgot. Now I do enjoy having bourbon or tequila occasionally, but that's something I save it for an occasion. I don't want it to be my life. I don't want every aspect of my life to revolve around a chemical. Does that make any sense? I tried that and it just didn't work for me. That's something we're fixing to give a shot, is the distilling. We're going to try to make some fuel alcohol. You know, the highest grade fuel alcohol that we can. No, I got a recipe for it. I'm just scared. I'm afraid if I make it, then I'll drink it, and then I'll fall down and break my face. Which church do you go to? Is it Chandra or Chandra? With a ch or a sh? Okay, I thought so. Chandra. So I was saying it wrong. I was saying it like hillbilly style. So, got us a new Christian up in here. That's awesome. Just say we won't hold that against you. Now, if you were like Pentecostal or Lutheran or something, not really. Methodist. Well, Chandra, that's because once you get saved, you understand. I mean, don't allow the old voices to convince you that there was nothing wrong with them. Listen to the soft, still voice that now resides within you. Let it explain the direction your life should go. Let it guide you towards the light, towards a closer, stronger, deeper bond with it, so that its voice will get louder and louder and surer and surer and clearer and clearer. Do not make the mistake of being the person who, having swept their house clean, goes away and brings trash back with him, and his state is far worse than when he began. That was me paraphrasing really hard, but it's in there. Once you get swept clean, just keep it clean. It's not that hard. Yeah, flood's part of it. Life is a journey. It's a race. You can't win it. You can't finish it. You can't beat it until you get to the end of your physical life. There's just no way. Until your physical form draws its last breath, you are in the race. You are in the fight. It's just the way it is. One day at a time. And that phrase was coined by Jesus a long time ago. Unto each day sufficient the evil thereof is. One day at a time. And that's, you got any brothers and sisters in Christ you can call on, Dash? I mean, that can come and like physically put their hands upon you and help you through this? Do not be like others and forsake the assembling of yourselves together. Why y'all making my preacher come out? Who started this anyway? And see, I don't even count myself. I don't call myself a Christian anymore, Wes, because everybody's made the term generic. To keep from starting long drawn out conversations and arguments at the Wally World or gas pumps or wherever, when somebody asks me what my denomination is or what my belief is, I'll say Christian or Baptist or whatever. Got the license, prove it. But I count myself as a follower of Yah through His Son Jesus. I have started using the name Yah to be specific unto the God of Israel, not to confuse the generic God with the one, because Islam and Israel or Judea, they claim the same God as theirs. They actually pray in theory to the same God, but I don't think it's the same one. So I specify when I talk about God, capital G-O-D, I call him Yah, because that's the name given him, or that's the name he gave Adam and Eve and Moses and all them to call him. So I don't know, is she a Lutheran? Y'all ever notice me putting this up on the little emoji thing? When I put this little emoji up, you know what that is? And that, let me see if anybody knows what that means. Real Trekkies will know, and I mean real ones. Think deep web. That's why everybody thinks it means live long. Yes, just state it is. Everybody think because of oh my gosh. Spock. Never thought I'll think of his name everybody. They watch his interview. You can find it on Netflix and on YouTube. They asked him, they were trying to figure out how Spock should greet people. And he was the only Jew on the set. He said, well, how about, and he just threw it up there, how about live long and prosper? This means Yah. This is the symbol for the God of Israel. That's God. I think it's good. Leonard Nimoy. I kept saying that, but I was thinking that I was wrong. In my head, I was saying Leonard Nimoy, but hardcore tricky. I thought, but wait, did she ever? I'm sorry. Chandra, I asked you what denomination, and then I just ran on by you. See, scroll back up here. Hey, Courtney's here. Anyway, I'll ask again because I don't want to scroll and read all that. Yep. Denominational theology is a horrible, horrible thing. Well, yeah, that's where I was going with all that stuff. I don't claim a denomination. I don't call myself Christian, because everybody lumps Methodist, Church of Christ, Lutheran, Pentecostal, well, except for the pagans and heathens in Africa. I got to spend a little bit of time talking with one of those, and it was fascinating.
Thank you.
The outsider looking in view of the religion in North and Central Africa, the divisions and the splits and stuff, that's a completely different thing. But it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a Baptist, because when everybody says Christian, they lump all of them together. I mean, which one are you? Are you a Catholic Christian? Are you an Orthodox Christian? Are you a Mennonite Christian? Are you a dadgummit, the ones from Pennsylvania, Amish Christian? Are you a Shaker Christian? Are you a what they call non-denom Christian? Are you a full gospel Christian? Are you a primitive Baptist? Or are you a... Which one are you? I don't know how we wound up with so many denominations, but the more I study outside of what all these super smart guys who have been, you know, the guy that started the Baptist seminary said this is the way it is, and then he built the box, and you will not preach outside this box. You can see it. A Baptist minister will get right up there to where he is fixing to spew the meat of the word in the face of everybody in that auditorium. And then he hits the top of the box and goes back down. Hits the top of the box, goes back down. That's annoying. But then when you go home and you study what he was preaching, you realize that yes, what that Baptist minister was preaching was indeed milk, maybe even some finely diced baby food. Yet he stopped just short of the meat, because there's so much more to salvation than the sinner's prayer. When you become a follower of Yah, you become a different person spiritually. You may still drink one too many beer. You may still smoke too many cigarettes. You may drink too much coffee. You may drink or eat too much chocolate cake. You may try to get your dog to eat somebody else's catfish too much. You may stretch the size of your fish, but you no longer do it for the same reasons. You're not going to steal somebody else's fish and claim it as your own and tell the lie about it anymore. You can't freely steal your neighbor's property and not feel guilty about it. If you can like defraud another human being and not feel the guilt and remorse of it, you need to check your salvation. I don't care if you've been dunked 100 times. If you think God's okay with you breaking the law of the way you're supposed to treat a fellow human being, you better check yourself. Guess what? He's not okay. What do you think he hung on the cross for? So, if he bore the weight of all of our sins, past, present, and future, every time we commit another sin, here's the meat. Every time we commit another sin after we're saved, after we've swept our house clean, every time we deliberately make an excuse and say, God's going to be okay with this, and we commit that, I mean, that's not throwing your dart at the target and missing on accident. That's taking your dart and throwing it over the shoulder, so I'm just going to hold on to that one a minute. God's not okay with it because you put that weight of that sin on him on the cross. God does not exist in linear time. Human animals, living flesh, exist in linear time. There's the beginning and the end. God is everywhere and everything at the same instant. Time, linear time exists inside of God. What happens while Jesus is on the cross? To God, I'm dropping that lighter in my hand. It's the same time. When the veil between the Holy of Holies and the rest of the temple was ripped from the top down, that moment to God is this moment. Linear time has no meaning to God. Never has, never will. That's why the 7 days and all this, and doesn't make any sense. The creation of the planet in 7 days. I mean, what is a day to God? Time has no meaning to him. I digress. This is supposed to be a fun chat about random stuff. Good night, Dash. I wasn't even reading the thing, brother. I love you. Man, if you need me, I'm going to send you my phone number. Okay? This is L's fault and Dash's fault. And, well, it's all y'all's fault because y'all got this conversation started. Y'all know y'all can't talk to a preacher about this stuff and him not get all fired up. Y'all should have brought me cake first. Exactly, J-A-E. I mean, he doesn't need it defined to him. How do you define a truth that you understand about the omnipotent being to people who you're trying to convince there is an omnipotent being, who aren't going to be able to wrap their head around the concept of non-linear time, or the fact that time means nothing. The sun coming up in the morning to God is the same as the sun coming up the first day, the first time the sun came up over the face of the earth. It's the same. I know this is the truth, but my brain's like, yeah, that don't work, because I'm human. I'm trapped in the flesh. I'm conceived, I'm born, I grow, I age, I die. My entire existence is a linear track. My brain is geared for the linear concept of life, time, existence. God doesn't do that. God was not born or conceived. He wasn't born, and he's not going to die. His existence isn't linear. And that's exactly true. The God created, I mean, what does the solar system look like? Just out of curiosity. If you drew a picture of the solar system, there's a big object in the middle with several smaller objects rolling around it, right? Orbiting around it. Okay. Now, if you go down several levels to, say, molecular, you've got, or atomic, rather, you've got one object with several other objects, smaller objects, rotating around it. Now, if you go down to the subatomic level, inside each one of those deals is a center and everything whirling around it. You spread out to galaxies, same thing. Center point, everything's going around it. Even if it's a spiral or a ball, there's still a center, an outer part. Okay? It's all basically the same thing. God existed in the beginning. In the beginning, before the beginning, there was God. And then one day, creation itself, God, the very God that made everything, for whatever reason, the Creator decided to make everything. There was nothing but God. Everything that was made. I do not want to paraphrase this. It's John, right? Everything that was made was... Anyway, everything that was made in the beginning was made by God. Of God. Nothing was made that was not made by God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. What does that say? Because they start talking about stuff. It's not my fault. Everything that exists, God made from Himself. That's why scientists started trying to push that Big Bang Theory. Well, yeah, sort of. That's why everything's so similar. That's why you go get a moon rock and a rock from the Rocky Mountains and you look at them and go, oh, look, they're the same thing. Go to Mars, pick up a rock, bring it back here and look at, it's the same rock. Water is water. Frozen water from outer space. Bring it to Earth and melt it. It's just like water from Earth. Everything that was made by Him, from Him. I actually got a video of that somewhere. Behold the ant, thou sluggard. You gather while you can gather, so when you can't gather, you have. Why did, oh dadgummit. Daniel's the one that got sold, right? I get all these D's mixed up. Daniel's the one that got sold by his brothers into Egypt, right?
No.
Okay, who was it? Now it's, no. Wait, Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph. Daniel's that other guy, my bad. Joseph, why did Joseph get the job as Pharaoh's main dude? Yeah, El said to Joseph first. Good night, Wes Wynn.
Because God needed him there to help him.
Hey, we're talking prep and stuff now. Because God used Joseph to tell Pharaoh to be a prepper. And it worked. There was stuff coming that the Egyptians needed to prep. They needed to prep hard so that they could supply their peoples and the people from the native or the next door neighbor in lands and stuff to keep everybody from starving to death. Those people just happen to be who? Joseph's kindred. They weren't supposed to stick around so long. They wound up staying there too long, wound up becoming slaves, blah, blah, blah. But that's on them, not on God for having them prep for the collapse, if you will. Well, you ever notice that most of the guys that prep are outside of mainstream Christianity and deeply in tune with their faith or seeking it? Oh, just a, that's right, you're way across the ocean. What are you still doing out of bed? The prepping shouldn't be a religion, but it's part of true faith in God, because this whole first book spends a lot of time teaching you how to be the kind of guy that can survive a situation like that. And this next book does a lot of time convincing you who you need to be praying through to have the help of the guy that, made this book possible. Prepping is a biblical concept. Think about it. Back in the day, the preppers were the early Christians were faced with SHTF every day. Between the Jews and the Romans and who else ever, dragging them out of their homes and putting them in prison, and well, guys getting fired. Oh, you're following that Jesus guy? Well, we're not working you here anymore. You get off my field. Boom, the man just lost his income. He has no way to feed his family. That's where the bringing your money into the storehouse come from. Just in case y'all are wondering. That money going to the church, it's not for a new cathedral. It's so nobody in the congregation has to go hungry. Shh. Don't tell mainstream Christianity. It was prepping supplies. They were stacking their silver up in case, they hadn't started messing with this bunch of Christians over here yet, so they could buy food or had food, and they could sneak it over here to this other town where the people were starving to death because nobody would work the Christians. Saul's job was to go find and kill Christians. Saul was there holding the coats of the men that stoned Stephen to death. Prepping is a biblical concept, and that's it, the end. Well, the thing about it is, if you do it on the down low, and you don't get as mouthy political as some of us do, then you're probably okay. Like I try not to use the excrement striking the air disbursement device terms anymore. I try to call it staying home this Friday, because I don't guess. Well, where are your homes at? I took mine off, took it down to the neighbor's house. What does Pastor Joe say? Come out of her, my peoples. Oh, that's right, you're on Kodiak Island. I didn't even know they let people live on that, because there's like so many bears. I thought about buying one of his shirts, and then I realized I could just like get one made. No, that would be like chicken pooey, but it's up there close to Alaska. Yeah, people. You see, that's the stuff that you need to be doing videos on, Chandra. Hey, they built a fake Israeli missile silo thing up here, but it's actually a FEMA camp thingy. Y'all go around and look at the schools they're building to replace the old schools that they're tearing down all over the state of Texas and everywhere else. And then go look at the layout of the multi-wing prisons. Convenient? I think not. Kodiak has the highest concentration of bears. That's where like if you go outside to like throw your trash out, you gotta be packing a 44 Magnum or something like that. You know what happens when you shoot a Kodiak grizzly with a 9mm? He eats you and your gun. It's not exactly like you can run out in the bushes and live on Kodiak Island. I mean, without outside stuff, there's very few people that have the skill set that requires to live in Alaska without stuff coming in from somewhere else. Yeah, and they say the Coast Guard's up there to save all the fisher dudes and stuff when they run into trouble, but it's the tame ones that eat you, just for the record. It's like those people keeping those wolves. They're just a perfectly gentle animal, just like a puppy, until it gets pissed off at you and then it eats your face. Until they do. Because I was seeing the video where the bears don't even want another bear standing next to them. And then there's all this blood and slobber and fur going everywhere. Downside to human versus bear is we don't have any of that fur and that fat and slobber. They can stand next to what I left behind anyway, huh, trying. They're going to have a nice, steaming, stinky spot to stand by. And I can get away from them because I'm going to have a clean place to run. They ain't. There you go. Biologists explain bear activity. A bear will decide what it wants to do when it wants to, and humans can't understand it or predict it. That's like, when is the 500-pound gorilla going to run up to you and slap you in the side of the head? When it decides to do it. What are you going to do to stop it? Nothing. Chandra, are you like native Alaskan? Ish person? Where'd you go? Alright, love it. It's like, if I talk to you, would you sound like Canadian, Eskimo-ish, Alaskanish? Just curious. You grew up in California? Oh no, that's where you got that tarot stuff from, isn't it? Yeah, bears move, fowls move. The two bees. I think some of you prepper type homesteader want to be different than the rest of the losers that are all going to starve to death to move down here close to me. Am I the only idiot trying to homestead in the desert? Don't answer that. It can be done. I'm going to show you all my garden, which most of it died. I'm going to show it to you anyway because not all of it died.
It's not that it died, it's that the chickens stole it.
Well, that's true. But I told him to replant.
Huh?
And I'm going to go do it myself.
What?
The thing was he didn't get the beans in the ground deep enough on most of it. And he's been trying to water it. Y'all are getting to hear every bit of this. My brother was helping with the garden. And he didn't like the way the sprinkler was working, so he put a soaker hose on it. And no. It's a desert. They need the water. You water the whole stinking area. Just like it rained. I'm just saying. I just think it's funny that all y'all people, everybody's saying to move back to the mountains over there around Georgia and Arkansas and all that, and my entire family tree, the roots of my family tree are in, what is it, Decatur County? Decatur County. Atlanta, or Alabama and Georgia. Right there, just like boom. You can't drive through there without seeing my last name. Well, one of these days I'll tell you, or I'll give you the names, and you can go look in the cemetery and you can see all my peoples buried there. Yeah, we bring her on. Ooh, a spicy human. I don't like snow. That's why I don't go into bear country, because I don't want to try no real Cajun food. I ain't got no business eating meat. Oh, Chandra, see, now you're in the right room, because I'm widely known for my long pork jokes. It's the other white meat. Ooh. Y'all probably seen it in the video, but I was going to show this while there was actually people in here. Do that. I'm trying to make a commercial for it, so I can get y'all to buy some of them. Y'all can email me if you want one. We gotta have like so many of them sold before we can like print them. So. Rules and such. I actually am. I'm actually studying the way they did things and stuff. Smoking, that's funny you put that up there. I think they've got 3 and 4X down there. Now that'll be a little steeper, but and I didn't start it. That was Chandra. She did that. I bet we could go. We did a 5X for Michelle, didn't we? We can get whatever size, man. Just I have to see what the cost is, David. You got it. If you got Leland's email, he does that stuff. And he's the one that actually, even if you email me, I just get it to him. I do know that the shirts are going to be $20 plus the shipping. That's what I know. You just need to buy several of them to do that. You make you like a tent. John, you that big 3XL long, tall? That puts you right at 6'8". Well, And just in case y'all are curious, there's my email. I've lost 20 something pounds. Did you weigh while you were up there, bud? Same. Got to a plateau. Got a. You've lost 22. And you've that only puts you like 8 more to go or something like that, isn't it? Rob, I told you. It can be whatever you want it to be. The D, it was just going to be RUM, Texas Division, but then Staff Sergeant said something that was funny. He said, dead rainbow unicorn militia because there was a dead unicorn. And I was like, hey, I like that. Drum. D-R-U-M. Drum. Drumming across Texas. And blah. Like MASH has 4 letters. Drum would have 4 letters. Just go with it. You know, my brain is like a messed up, twisted, mangled mess of stuff. I could see it. Took forever to get it to here. But the D can be deadly, dire, whatever you want it to be. D, like D-E, D Rainbow Unicorn Militia, you know, whatever. It can be but have you seen the shirt, Rob? Keep from having to go back and watch it. Well, I don't know if he's actually 6'8" or not, but I mean that's 3X long, tall. That's a big shirt. I know an old boy that wears that size, and he is right at 7 foot tall. He's scary big. I call him sir. The third. I'm 6'1", and I gotta look up to this dude. Another 5'2". Are your eyes blue? Do the keto thing, man, seriously. But don't do the like stupid crazy keto thing. Seriously, do away with potato. Just split your carbs in half to start, and then split them in half again. And you will just be like, wow, where did all this weight go? Woo-wee. So 5'2", eyes of blue. There's a song written about you, just so you know. So you're 5'2", you got blue eyes, and my daughter's 5'2" and got blue eyes. She's got dark blonde hair, you got dark blonde hair. Choo-choo, are you else through it? They are tasty, and we don't even realize our body manufactures corn. Why do you think they feed corn to cattle and to hogs? Because it makes them fat. And I've actually plateaued too. We found out that after you get to a certain point, and each person's weight loss is going to be different, but after you get to a certain point, you've got to be careful that your body doesn't go into what's called a starvation mode, and you'll plateau. You've got to actually start. You have to deliberately cheat on the carbs every so often, because your body will jump on them and stuff, and then anyway, there's a lot to go. You got to like read almost every day, it seems like. Actually, like wheat and all of your grains and stuff, your body processes the natural carbohydrates and sugars that occur in the plants or in the grains into energy, and then into stored energy. Stored energy in the human body is fat. So what the keto diet does is it retrains your body to use the fat reserves. The human animal was never designed to exist off of grains. It's not what we were engineered. It's not what God intended for us. That's the whole getting kicked out of Eden thing when you tell them, okay, you're going to be a farmer now. Not only did he kick him out of the Garden of Eden where all you had to do was reach up on a tree and get something to eat, he made it to where he had to work for food that was going to slowly kill him. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with honey and grasshoppers. I think they want to clear the slate in North America so they can spread out again. The last two big wars we missed any real intense. There was a couple of things, but any real fighting on this continent. I don't think we'll dodge it next time. Soda is sweet tea. It's called water. Y'all guys are nuts. Been in here an hour and a half. What is it, Saturday? Today's Saturday. Who wants to come help me pull weeds more? More grass? Ooh, diet sodas are poisonous, man. And did you know that artificial sweeteners they put in the diet stuff. It's not sugar in the soda. But as soon as it comes in contact with your digestive system, your body converts it back to sugar.
Sucralose, dextrose, all of these.
We don't have a FEMA camp here. Okay, we have the elementary school, which I think is a FEMA camp, but hey. Well, unless he was looking forward to getting on the bus, just Aid. Now he's going to have to drive down to the station. He's got to take a train to get on the bus to go to the FEMA camp, get the free food and the cot. Wait, what a miss, what a miss. Smoking, I would love to come down there and hunt in your part of the world. I'd shimmy up one of them trees and put me up a tree stand up there. I would just sit up there with a bucket of boiled eggs and fried bacon and shoot and just stack stuff up like cordwood. Let you pick it up with your Jeep. Yeah, I don't drink sodas anymore. Period. The end. We lose Rob again. He sure does fall out of the chats a lot. I bet if we start talking about him, he'll come back. Bring him back. Good luck spelling the right dyes. I can't spell it either. I'll still stop and get a fountain soda every once in a while, but I fill it all the way up with ice and then just basically flavor the ice. I'll drink maybe 8 or 10 ounces of soda and then the rest of it's just water. But you have to drink all that water after you drink the soda for your body to be able to process the sugar and not wipe you out. There ain't nothing wrong with being a pirate. Alright guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen. Put a little dash of honey in it. Squeeze a little lemon on top. Couple cubes of ice. Stir it slow. You got to keep your rum at room temperature. Stir it slow. Sip away. You'll be fine. Sulfur spring waters. I don't think you can drink that. Spolo, that's funny. That's fine. I'll probably do another one of these before the end. We're supposed to be doing the ones where we're getting here and actually talk about this stuff. Kind of falling down on all that. I'm gonna try to do a Hangouts deal where I send people the link or whatever. I'm gonna try it with 2 or 3 people the first time. Maybe let's take one person, and we'll go from there. See if it works. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for watching my videos. Thank y'all for letting me rant. Thank y'all for listening to my preaching. Thank y'all for being you. God bless. I think I may have already said that, but I'll say it again. Y'all pray for Brian's family. Y'all pray for Dash. I just pray for each other. We all got stuff going on. Y'all keep Leland in his prayers, or in your prayers. He's got the field plowed now. He's still got a little bit of hoeing to do. So we don't need to stop praying. And Chandra, thanks for coming by and for all your input. It was really nice having you. I love all you people. I will see you on, was it L? Wes S loves you? I do. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed forever.